How would you like to potentially increase your sales on some products by 10 to 15% with no upfront cost or inventory requirements? You can do that by opening your catalog in minutes to Latin American marketplaces reaching 500 million customers. Today's guests are going to explain how. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. What was your gross sales yesterday, last week, last year? More importantly, what are your profits after all your cost of selling on Amazon? Did you pay any storage charges to Amazon? How much did you spend on PPC? Find out these key metrics and more by using the Helium 10 tool, Profits. For more information, go to h10.me/profits. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I am your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, unscripted, and unrehearsed, organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. And we've got a couple of people who help serious sellers from all over the world get into a certain part of the world. And we're going to be talking about what that is in a couple seconds here. But let me go ahead and introduce our two guests. Now, I had said, before to myself, I wanted to try to get the pronunciation right of both of your last names. So first of all, like for example, Belen, I've never said your last name, but I noticed on it, you've got an accent, on the last part of your name. So is the way you pronounce it Bausa?
Yes.
Or just, so Belen Bausa.
Yeah.
And then now Cecilia, tú tienes el apellido más crazy que he visto en mi vida. So let me give it a try here. Mejiriti-chan or something?
Well, almost.
Almost.
Mejiriti-chan, but
Mejiriti-chan. Oh my goodness. And guys,
it's better than some of my coworkers, so it's better.
Yes, it's difficult for us also, so no worry.
it is spelled a lot worse than that sounds, guys. It sounds pretty cool, and then you try and spell it like if that was the winning word for some spelling bee. I was watching the spelling bee where these 14-year-old kids in America they spell these crazy words. They would never have been able to win the spelling bee if they had that. And anyway, we're just going to call you Belen and Cecilia here because that's a lot easier. You're calling us now from Chile, is it? Or what part of the world are you in?
Uruguay, South America.
Uruguay, okay. Excellent. So is that where you guys were born and raised?
Sorry?
Is that where you were born and raised, both of you?
Yes. We are from Uruguay, but the team is distributed in Brazil, Mexico, United States, China also, Argentina. So just the headquarters are in Uruguay, and we are from here, but the team is from all parts of the world.
Now, what did both of you end up studying in university then?
I studied business management because I was really interested with marketing. I saw it was a good way to learn about how a company works and also all the different areas. So I ended up studying that, and I really loved it, and now I'm specializing in marketing. Okay,
so yeah, you're kind of working in the field that you studied. What about you, Belen? What did you study?
I also studied business, and I have 3 degrees. I study also marketing and communications, corporative communications, and yes, I also study digital marketing. But yes, I'm continue studying every year. I'm doing something new. This year, for example, I study some programs of digital graphics. I don't know if you have that there. I'm learning to use some programs to make edition of photographs and other things. But I don't know. I'm 30 years old, and every year I'm studying something new.
Now, was your company here, Knock Knock, was that the first entry into e-commerce for both of you, or were you involved in any way like another company or for yourself in e-commerce?
Yes, it was the first time that I was so immersed in the e-commerce area because my past companies were solution providers or software providers, but not in e-commerce. I mean, we had retail clients, so I knew something about the retail market, but not in depth like it is now. And it's my first time really studying marketplaces and how marketplaces work, because here in Latin America, e-commerce it's not just e-commerce. E-commerce is like marketplaces because it's it's a huge it has a huge volume of e-commerce sales. So yes, it's the first time like I really started learning about that and the market.
Do you also do other Spanish and Portuguese markets? For example, Spain and Portugal, like help sellers for there, or only ones in North America and South America? What you're focused on is non-Amazon marketplaces. Like you're not helping people to sell on Amazon Brazil, for example. It's mainly the non-Amazon.
We do help with Amazon Brazil, Amazon Mexico, but in Latin America, Amazon is not the main marketplace.
Yes.
So if we only help sellers to sell in Amazon, they will only gain like 5 to 10% of
The share,
potential e-commerce sales in Latam. So what we do is to help them expand in the most marketplace possible. We have like 15 different marketplaces that we have agreements, we have stores on them. So basically, it's not just, okay, I help you expand to Brazil, to replicate your business in Amazon Brazil. It's like I help you expand to all the marketplaces possible.
If a seller wants to expand to Latin America, it is important they have to understand that it's not the same like US, that you throw your products in Amazon and you're probably going to have a good performance because everyone knows Amazon and it's like the king in US. Here in Latam, you have many, many marketplaces in all countries. For example, in Brazil, you have more than 30 marketplaces, and if you want to have real sales, you must be in most of these ones. For example, I don't know, but Mercado Libre is one of the biggest ones, or Magalu, and it has only a 12% of the share. So imagine the important to understand what is happening here, in which marketplaces you have to be selling to have a good performance and to make sales. Yes. Because if not, if you're in only one or two marketplaces, it's going to be quite difficult.
You mentioned, hey, there's 30 marketplaces in Brazil, and we know there's many in other countries. If you were to list the top 5 for GMV or for the most volume of sales, what are the top 5 marketplaces in all of Latin America?
The first one, Mercado Libre, because it's present in all countries, but also in Brazil is the strongest one. So it's the strongest.
Yeah. So the specific one. So then it is number 1 out of all of the Mercado Libre. Like for example, I view Amazon USA and Amazon Germany is number 1 and number 2. It's both Amazon, but separate. So then number 1 out of all the countries' marketplace would be Mercado Libre.
Brazil. Yes, Mercado Libre in Brazil. Then I would say, I think
Magalu, maybe.
Magalu, yes, Magalu in Brazil too.
Also, the top 2 are from Brazil.
I believe the top 5 are from Brazil because Brazil.
Wow.
Yes, but of course that it depends a lot in the type of product and the price you have. Because, for example, maybe for your product, if you're selling, I don't know, something, a small device of technology, probably in Brazil is you will have more sales in Mexico because you can sell there a full price more expensive. Or if you have cosmetics, it's going to be better in Brazil because in these markets you have like more competition and more people are used to buy this type of products. What we have in Knock Knock is like a special team that first of all we analyze a little bit your products to understand in which country you're going to have a better fit. Because we can say like, well, I think that Mercado Libre in Brazil and then Magalu and then Mercado Libre Mexico are like the biggest one and the best ones. But of course that it will depend a lot in the type of product. We have products that if they weigh, I don't know, more than, 10 kilos, maybe you can be in some countries. You have like different laws, different prices and weights that we have to understand in each country. So more or less, yes, it's like Mercado Libre, Brazil, Magalu, Mercado Libre, Mexico.
Americanas too.
Americanas is really popular.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that one. Well, what country is that in?
Americanas is in Brazil too.
Brazil is one.
Also Brazil, okay.
Yes.
Before we go into too much details about selling down there, let's just help people understand the potential. So can you give some numbers from some of from some customers where hey you don't have to say their name or anything, but I know one seller they've been on there for 1 year and now they are doing $5,000 per month down there. They're doing 10,000. Like what is the potential for somebody who is an Amazon USA or an Amazon Europe, or like you said, maybe they're from China, and they open up in Latin America, what is the ceiling, I guess you could say, for sales?
More or less, for you to understand, it's like in Latam, you can have like the 15 or 20% of the sales you have in US. Every seller, every case is so different. It will be depend in the disposal, if there is a fluent communication. But yes, I think that maybe
Yeah, so I mean, like, if I'm selling $1 million in Amazon USA, there's a potential. Yeah, hey, I could do 100,000, 150,000 or so in Latin America amongst all the marketplaces. But if my product is good for it, like if I'm selling in Mercado Libre in Uruguay, I can't be selling a shirt that says "I hate Luis Suarez" or something like that. Like, maybe if that's my product, maybe it does good in America. It has to be kind of appropriate for the marketplace. Now, have you ever seen a case where maybe there's something that even sells better than somebody in another marketplace, but actually sells better? Like, for example, everybody says something similar about Amazon USA and Walmart USA. Like, hey, Amazon USA usually 10 to 1 the sales, but Carrie, who works with us here, she's got a couple of products where on Walmart it actually sells better, or the same as Amazon, just because there's more demand. Is there anything like that, or usually it's always less than the other marketplaces?
Some marketplaces have like their own special days, special sales. So it has happened to us that, for example, during a certain period of time, the seller had more sales in Latam because of that special sale, that the hot sale, for example, in Mexico, that was in May. During hot sale in Mexico, that seller had like, I don't know, 3 times, 4 times more sales in Mexico, in Latam, than in the US for a specific product. And also, of course, I think depending on the marketplace, because there are some marketplaces where we can push with ads on advertisings, or maybe the keywords works better, and I don't know, but sales increase in the specific marketplaces. And we are always monitoring that, analyzing the performance on each marketplace to push sales, to push advertising campaigns inside the marketplace. And of course, that's what we try to do, like to boost sales in the marketplaces we see most potential.
and yes, and also what happens a lot is, for example, when we start with a seller, they always tell us like, okay, look, this is my top selling product. This is the best SKU here in US. And when we expand their products, they can believe that, for example, a product that they don't sell too much in US is the best opportunity here in Latam. And the product that they are used to sell a lot in US is not that competitive here in Latam, because of course that you have a lot of factors that, I don't know, seasons or sales. For example, when you finish a campaign in US, maybe then it's going to be attractive here in Latin market. So
Yes.
it's like it's everything different of what is happening in US, and this is a good opportunity for sellers, because maybe you have some products of summer and then here is summer, so you can finish your sales here. So it's like we are always looking for different opportunities for sellers to boost their sales.
Yes, last year, one of the top selling products in Brazil during Christmas was an outdoor game. So, of course, in the USA, an outdoor game won't make sense because it's winter. But here, the beach, outdoor playing games. So, we see that all the time during the different seasons. And I also remember, this is really funny. It's like a funny
Fact.
fun fact. Yes, I think it was last year too that a Brazilian football player had the nickname. They told them pigeon. Like, people told them that he was called pigeon. I don't know why. So a seller had pigeon pledges, toys. I don't know why, a Chinese seller. So during that time, the sales for that pigeon plush boost in Brazil. And sellers said to us, "What's happening? That this specific product had a lot of sales. It was because of that nickname of that Brazilian football player." So those things usually happen. Yes.
Now, the way that you guys even exist is because it's hard for example, Americans, Canadians to just open up and sell in these marketplaces. I know, like I did maybe I want to say 8 or 9 years ago, I started Mercado Libre in Mexico, when I was doing in a phone case business, and it was tough. Like I had to have someone local and just, like thinking about the customs and making the listings. It was a headache, and I ended up stopping like after a few months. I was just like, this is not, I could see the potential, but I'm like, I don't have the time to deal with this. So if I understand correctly, like the thing that you guys do is you take all of that hassle away. Like nobody has to have entities or bank accounts or anything down there. And I don't even have to ship to Latin America. I'm shipping my products to Florida, right? And then you guys take it from there, and then that's how you deliver from there to the customers. Is that right?
Yeah. I think that Knock Knock exists because we understand the headaches of the sellers when they try to expand. And yes, what we try to do is like solve all that problems. Like we make payments in dollars. We take care. You only have to give us like your bank account in US, and we'll transfer in dollars there. We make translations, listing. We have customer service 24/7. We have offices in Mexico and Brazil, and if you have cancellations, refunds, returns, we'll take care of that. We have our warehouse in Miami, so sellers only have to ship there to Miami. For a seller, imagine that it's the same like selling in US. So they only ship there. It's like the first mile shipping, and then we take care of everything. It's like we ship to Mexico, to Brazil. If the seller has questions or problems, we'll chat with them. We'll answer the questions. It's like I think that yes, that's what happening with us. Uh, our key in our business model is like we take care of the sellers' headaches, and we try to solve all that problems because you have so many marketplaces here, and to understand what is happening with each country's regulations are changing every day. So we understand the problems this can be for a seller if they want to start selling by themselves. And yes, I think that this is like a whole solve problems.
Yes.
It's like what it is knock knock.
Yes, and also, and most important, we have the local team in all
course.
different countries that are experts in regulations, in compliance, in customs. They know which products can be sold in each marketplace in each country. So that's really like one of the biggest advantages, I think, because you're talking with someone who knows the market, who already has been selling in the market for years and knows which products can or can't be sold. And we do that like catalog analysis before telling a seller, yes, you can sell this, or no. We are really honest with them about everything, about pricing, about products. I think that's the key of success, that we have a team that is really committed to customer success and to boosting sales in marketplaces.
No, yeah, that is really important. We have like a team, and we have the experience and the knowledge of understand what is happening when we have a new seller. We see their catalog, and we know if with that price they are going to be competitive, what is happening with that type of products in each country. We know in which marketplace is going to have more sense. It's like we have offices in each country, dedicated analysis teams that are always understanding which products are going to be better. So it's like I think that the knowledge is like yes, really hard, but it's really necessary here to make work sales.
Yeah.
Now, what I did, you guys know I don't like, talking about things I don't have experience with. So I actually went through the process of getting set up here with Knock Knock, and I took one of the Project X products, the egg tray. We figured that one would be a little bit more wide reaching as opposed to the coffin shelf. And it was pretty easy to get it set up on their website, set the price of, how I'm going to, the price before I ship it to them in Florida. And then what they started doing is going to the different places. For example, Mercado Libre. Right here, this is, what is this? This is Mexico, I think. Yes, mercadolibre.com.mx.
Yeah.
And we've got, this is not $805, even that's pesos, guys. So don't worry, I'm not doing some crazy price.
Local money.
Yeah.
Yep. And we have the listing is translated, and then you, since you're selling it on a bigger account, you guys get this Mercado Libre Gold mark because you're a big seller, as opposed to me if I was just getting started, I wouldn't be able to have this badge, right?
Exactly. We also have some stores that are like exclusive. So, for example, Copel in Mexico is we have a store there, but we are the only international store available. So it's the only way that any seller can like have their products there. In Mercado Libre, sellers of course can enroll by themselves. It will be much more difficult, and they won't have like their reputation as we have. But we also have some other stores that okay, the only way of selling is with knock knock. So that's a good point.
Yes, and also what we have is like in some marketplaces we have like spaces, like banners, blogs where we can push products. If we have new sellers or marketing campaigns, we can like boost your sales. Like we have spaces in the best marketplaces in Latam where we can publish your brand, your product. So that is really will be really difficult for a seller if they want to make it by their own to have like that reputation, that spaces in Mercado Libre or in Amazon or in Americanas. I don't know. And yes, this has been like a work of years of knock knock, and we have a so good reputation in these marketplaces that for us it's really easy to show your products, to help you have like a brand awareness, to make your brand known here because we work with brands that are new in Latam, and right now we have like a new brand awareness program that for us, imagine that it's really easy to make sale. I don't know, a small device of I don't know a computer, a Sony computer. Okay, here in Latam we all know what it is, or a Apple. I don't know any brand well known, a perfume, a Carolina Herrera perfume. I can make you sell that tomorrow if you want. But what happens with new brands that want to start growing in Latam and nobody knows the brands, their products? So what we do is like a brand awareness program that they can start, I don't know, like paying $300 per month, and we can help them with influencers, with blogs, with ads, social media. We can make like an Instagram if you want. And yes, it's like something new we started working, and it's going really good because for new brands it's really important to get known their brands in the beginning.
Yes.
Now, there's other, I can kind of speak Spanish a little bit. But I don't speak Portuguese, but I can tell this is a Portuguese, so this must be Mercado Libre Brasil here. So it's called bandeja instead of, or still called, which bandeja? There's both. So the word is the same. Or wait,
Yes,
I thought it was a different word.
in Portuguese and Spanish, but
It's the eggs that's a different word. Ovos instead of huevos.
Yes.
Okay, so bandeja is the same in Portuguese and Spanish. Okay, ovos is Portuguese for eggs, I guess. All right. Interesting. So I can see here the listing is completely in Portuguese translated here. Yeah, I cannot read any of this down here. Interesting. What one is this? .cl, is this Chile?
CL, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's the same listing, I guess, in Mexico here. So you put it in a lot of marketplaces. There's another one here. The pictures aren't loading for me, but this is that Magalu, big Brazilian website here. And so now it's in this place, and it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy to get this set up here in this portal that I did. Now let me show people another screenshot here of. I don't have. We just added this just a little bit ago, so I don't have a lot of sales yet. But here is a dashboard of, I guess, one of your other customers, and you'll be able to see what's the pending orders, products out of stock, and well, look at this, $3,400 worth of sales. The top SKUs. Okay, this is pretty easy to navigate.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Yeah. There you have like all your information, your balance, your top SKUs, dashboards, pending orders, and also in the search center you can upload your products. You don't need help of us if you want. You can make it by your own, uploading products manually. Maybe then in your search center you can show that you can upload products manually, or you can integrate via API and we can help you with our IT team, or you can upload with your ASINs, your Amazon ASINs. We take all the information from there and we'll get like descriptions, titles, photographs, and we'll translate everything to marketplaces here in Latam. Or with your SKUs information, you upload a template that you can download it from there. And it's like really easy and friendly for sellers. It's like you log in, you will have an account, you say, okay, I want to upload products, you upload it, and probably in 2 days your product will be published in these marketplaces. And once we start with communicating with the sellers, we can make marketing like actions, we have campaigns, discounts, ads, a lot of things to help them have more sales. So yes, the process of uploading products and starting seeing your products in publications in marketplaces is really fast and really easy.
Is there a setup fee for any of this? I didn't pay, but I don't know. Is that just the Bradley Amigo discount, or there's no there do other people have to pay to get started on the platform?
Well, first of all, we offer 3 months free trial for anyone to try. So if you don't want, I mean, if you want to try your success in Latin America, maybe you are not so sure about starting with your owner solution, we will give you 3 months free trial. So during that time, we of course we will help you get sales and boost your sales. We will do analysis for you to determine which products are most successful, how it went, and then if you decide to continue, we of course offer like a small fee, but it's then maybe can talk more about that. But it's really small. It's just for us to like operate and have your account open.
Yes, it's like, well, 3 months for free, and there is only a fee that goes from $30 to $90 per month, depending on how many SKUs you have. So probably you can have like 100 SKUs with us and pay us only $40 per month. Yes, it's a little small commission for all the things you can make here. And for sellers, it's like they only give us their products with the FOB price, that the amount of money they need to get by any sale they have. And they will have that money in their balance, we are going to pay them in dollars. And yes, it's only a small commission that we charge sellers, but they can try for free. And we have like also a marketing budget that we can help them extra this with discounts, with ads. Once they start selling, yes, we can help them with that marketing actions also. And if you're Bradley friend, we can help you. Like maybe we can make something like the first month we can give you a 10% of discount by saying us that you are Bradley friend. So
Yes.
don't miss this opportunity.
Okay, there we go. All right, we're gonna have to make a knock code. Bradley Amigo discount will be the code that you enter or something. No, but yeah, just name drop me.
We are going to make something, of
Yes,
course.
of course.
All right, guys, just inserting this soundbite because actually we made this Bradley Amigo discount code happen. So make sure to stay to the end, and I'll give you the link on how to redeem this. Now, I mean, to me, this seems like a no-brainer, especially that there's no upfront cost. I'm not having to send inventory, in and then maybe it sits there like I said when I was doing Mercado Libre in Mexico, I sent like 10 cases worth of phone cases that I ended up not selling, and I just lost it all because I couldn't get it right. Nobody's having to set it up, so it's like a no-brainer almost. Like, hey, we should set up a call with you, and then maybe do you take a look at their? I mean, you did that with mine a little bit, where you took a look at the products and said, hey, let's start with this egg tray one, where somebody could just reach out and then choose one, just see how it goes. Maybe it works out well, maybe doesn't. Maybe you should try a different product, but there's. I'm trying to see the downside here. There's no downside, since it's free to start.
We encourage all sellers to send us their entire catalog, because sometimes they only send us, I don't know, I want to try this product, and they send us 1 or 5 ASINs or SKUs, but we always tell them, no, send us your entire catalog, because we can help you determine the products we feel will have a lot of sales, not just the ones you want to try. So we always encourage them to sign up through our website or to schedule a free exploratory call, and we can help them get started ASAP. So as soon as they reach to us, we will start the process. We will study and analyze their store link or their catalog and expand all products in the marketplaces.
like, for example, me, I've got my own warehouse here. And so, like, when I was calculating out like how I was going to ship to you in Florida, it was pretty easy because I have the egg trays right here. I know how many days it takes me to get to Florida, how long it's, or how much it costs. But what about the sellers who maybe they don't have a 3PL warehouse, they only have Amazon inventory? Are they doing the what is it called? Are they just taking inventory out of Amazon and then sending to you, or doing the, oh my goodness, my mind is blank right now. What's it called?
It's like they have fulfillment with Amazon, and
Multi-channel fulfillment. Is that what they're doing to send to you then?
we have sellers that work that way. And once they have an order, they advise Amazon, they take the product from there and they ship it to us. It's like, yes, really, really simple for that. Yes.
Now, guys, if you're interested to give them a try, there's a couple different ways. Like, I suggest going to the our hub. They have been in the hub. We don't just put anybody in the Helium 10 hub. So just go to hub.helium10.com, and then right in the search you can type in knock knock, and it'll be the only one that comes up, and then you can hit get in touch. How else can they find you out there? Like your website and how can they find you?
They can sign up directly in our website, or also they have the option to have an exploratory call by free with us, and we can have a meeting with you, a 15 minutes meeting, and to explain a little bit more, to talk about your products, to see like if there is a real fit or not. So yes, please don't hesitate to sign up or ask for an exploratory, and we can help you.
Putting another soundbite in here, guys. They did actually make this discount code happen. So if you want to save 10% cash back on your sales for the first month, go to h10.me/Bradley Amigo. All right, h10.me/Bradley, BRADLEY, Amigo, AMIGO, no spaces, no anything. And that'll take you to the knock knock page and then get you that 10% cash back. All right, now one last thing before we get into your 30 or 60-second tip or strategy is, I'm sure you get it all the time, but because of the name of your company, I need to know, what is your best knock knock joke?
Oh, I don't know.
No, what? Sorry.
Knock.
You don't know? Oh, but then you don't know about this. You don't know about knock knock jokes?
Yes,
in America?
I know them, but
okay. All right, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right. Knock
Who's
knock.
there?
Interrupting cat.
Interrupting cat. Who?
Meow.
I'm gonna make that joke to my boss. See what he thinks.
There we go. All right. Yeah. Sorry, guys, for the dad jokes. But all right, now let's get serious. Your 30-second tip or strategy of the day.
Okay. My strategy would be, if we are going multi-channel and also multi-country, if you are starting to plan like a multi-country strategy, to pay attention to your keywords, of course, because they will vary from country to country. For example, the keywords we use in Colombia are not the same one we use in Mexico, even though they both speak Spanish. So that's a good way, like searching the most popular and trendy keywords, and to see which one applies to your products will be like a good strategy. And also, of course, it's not a literal translation. If we have something in Portuguese and we want to translate it in Spanish, we don't have to make it literal, because, for example, I don't know, waffle machine in English would translate as máquina de bolo in Portuguese, but in Spanish it's different. It's like flera. So you have to pay attention to that. I don't know, Belen, your tip?
Yes, I think that everything visual in marketplaces is really important. Every day we are dealing with that. You have a lot of competition, a lot of similar products, a lot of brands, and we are like trying to make like everything more important and put ads to be in the top with a good photograph, a good title, attractive, to make it different from the competition, and look what is happening with similar products. Look to your competition, what they're doing good that you don't, or maybe, or it's like don't publish your product and forget about them. It's like a day-to-day work to understand what is happening there.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Are you going to be coming to America for any upcoming conferences? I know I've seen you at a couple of conferences before, like Amazon Accelerate or Unboxed or anything the rest of this year.
Yes, maybe next month to Amazon Accelerate, we are going to be there. And yes, we are like seeing month by month what show is going to be new to be there. But yes, we are always trying to be every month in a different show in US. So yes.
All right, if anybody else is interested in Accelerate, I'll be there too. You can go to h10.me/accelerate. And I would love to see everybody there. Maybe it's in Seattle. Maybe we could find a local Uruguayan restaurant there, and you could show me some dishes típicos to Uruguay.
Of course.
All right. But healthy ones.
Yes.
Not the online food that Ceci eats.
Yes. Free food.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.